My name is Stephanie Campos. I am an astrologer, psychic medium, and witch, and this is your daily horoscope for Tuesday, April 25th, 2023. If you are enjoying your daily horoscope, I'd please ask that you leave a rating and review of this podcast. It helps all the other humans in the world find it more easily. If you're following along on YouTube, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and I'll get back to you. Another way you can support is by picking up my first book, Seasons of the Zodiac, Love, Magic, and Manifestation throughout the astrological year. It's complete with tarot spreads, spells and rituals, everything you need to know about your love life during each zodiac season, a bunch of self-care tips, and so much more. Okay, today is a busy day in the sky. When I looked at all the aspects before recording this episode, I got a little exhausted, I won't lie. But I've got some good news. Some good news and some not so good news, but it's going to pass. It's going to be okay. So the sun in Taurus is going to form a sextile with Saturn in Pisces around 4 a.m. We'll be feeling this energy throughout the entire day. When the sun and Saturn meet in a supportive aspect like this, we're feeling determined. Whatever we set our mind to, we can achieve. We've got more patience and we have a great work ethic. Later on around 5 a.m., the moon in Cancer is going to form a sextile with Mercury retrograde in Taurus. This highlights our Mercury in retrograde story. So pay attention. In general, it kicks up communication, self-expression, the desire to connect and chat with other people. Around 5 p.m., Venus in Gemini forms a sextile with Chiron in Aries. Venus is a general significator of love and relationships. Chiron is the wounded healer. Venus is coming through in an air sign, Gemini, words, thoughts. Conversations about our past wounds may take place. Words have the potential to sting or hurt a little bit more today, but I really wouldn't see it as that. I would see this more as a potential to be open, raw, vulnerable, and by doing so, being able to embrace a deeper level of our healing in some way. Okay, here's the doozy. Around 8 p.m. at night, the moon in Cancer is going to form a conjunction with Mars in Cancer. Oh, the moon is our emotional needs, our comfort. Mars is the planet of war, violence, conflict. The moon forms a conjunction with Mars at least once a month. We have all moved through this energy many times in our lifetime. It's just a little bit of an annoyance. So this could kick up verbal conflict. Any resentment that's been building may finally be addressed. Inconveniences, frustrations, or people just might be a little bit more irritable or impatient. I'm hoping to be in bed before then. Later on around 9:30, the moon in Cancer is going to form a square with Chiron in Aries. Again, the moon is at odds with our wounded healer. You know, that's a little bit of a sensitive aspect there. Some feelings might get hurt or triggered in some way. This aspect happens twice a month. So again, we've moved through it many times before. And then around midnight, the moon in Cancer is going to form a sextile with Uranus in Taurus. So if you are asleep, you may wake up, have an insightful dream, pay attention to symbols and signs that come through in your dreams. Or if you happen to wake up in the middle of the night, Uranus usually wakes me up in the middle of the night whenever the moon aspects it. So sometimes I have a little bout of insomnia when Uranus gets triggered like this. But I would see this more so as like a powerful dream or a powerful message coming through your dreams. Insomnia aspects are more like Uranus conjunct the moon or square the moon. Aries, the moon and Mars form a conjunction in your 4th house. This can activate frustrations and conflict between family members, your roommates, or just inconveniences in your home. Coming through in the water sign of Cancer, it makes me think about like a laundry machine overflowing or like cooking soup for dinner and spilling it all over the kitchen floor. If you have any frustrations in your close relationships, now may be a time to confront and address. Taurus, the moon-Mars conjunction takes place in your 3rd house of communication and self-expression. Words sting today. People are on edge. This is reactive energy. So be mindful how you speak to others. You may have to maintain a boundary and say no. Gemini, the moon-Mars conjunction takes place in your 2nd house of finances and livelihood. You may find out about an unexpected bill you have to pay or be experiencing some sort of frustration within your financial situation or within the workplace. Cancer, the moon-Mars conjunction takes place in your 1st house of self, physical body. This is an aspect that can kick up accidents. There's no need to overworry, but it is important to just move slower through your day. Be thoughtful. I'm talking like paper cuts, bruising your hip on the doorknob. You have a lot more energy and momentum today, and sometimes you may wind up with some bruises because of it. If it's not that, you may be expressing any anger or resentment that you've built up within you. Engaging in your anger proactively, like screaming at the top of your lungs, might be healthy today. Leo, the moon-Mars conjunction takes place in your 12th house. Not to be dramatic, but someone might be gossiping about you. You might be a little harder on yourself today, or you may simply just be exhausted. Maintain your boundaries as necessary. and rest when you can. Virgo, the moon Mars conjunction takes place in your 11th house of friendships today. Any resentment or conflicts that have been building within some of your friendships or community may bubble up to the surface to address. Libra, the moon Mars conjunction takes place in your 10th house of public image, reputation, and ambitions. Conflicts within the workplace can come up. You might be feeling more frustrated or irritable, and you're wearing it on your sleeves today. People notice. You may have to take decisive and important action today in some way. Scorpio, the moon Mars conjunction takes place in your 9th house of expansion, travel, and education. If you're traveling today, we already have Mercury retrograde going on, and coupled with this aspect, some inconveniences may crop up. You may also feel called to defend your beliefs. This is like debate energy. Having tense or heated conversations may take place today. Sagittarius, the moon Mars conjunction takes place in your 8th house of your psyche and shared resources. Discussions with your partner about finances can be a little more heated today or frustrating in some way. Resources that you were expecting or hoping for may either be denied or delayed today. It's also easy to get caught up in a cycle of repetitive thinking today. Mars is severing energies. So if you're overthinking, you can use Mars's energy to sever, cut, and release instead of continuing to engage in this cycle. Maybe try a cord cutting exercise. Capricorn, the moon Mars conjunction takes place in your 7th house of one-on-one partnerships and friendships. Conflicts with your partner, a business collaborator, a BFF, or an important family member may take place today. It's likely that whatever's been building needs to be expressed. Just do so with care. Aquarius, the moon Mars conjunction takes place in your 6th house of day-to-day tasks, routine, and health. This is a little bit of like an accident-prone energy, nothing too major, like a paper cut or bumping into something, stubbing your toe. So just be a little bit more careful as you move throughout your day. Conversations can also be a little more heated or intense, or you may be dealing with petty arguments or misunderstandings today. It's really important to honor your boundaries always, but especially today. Pisces, the moon Mars conjunction takes place in your 5th house of creativity, fertility, pleasure, play, and romance. If you're in a situationship and you've been avoiding a conversation, today you may need to address it and set some boundaries. This is also kind of a sexy aspect. So if you're dating and you want to indulge in your pleasure, go wild. As always, I hope your daily horoscope has offered some guidance and support throughout your day. And if you're curious to learn more, you can pick up my first book, Seasons of the Zodiac, Love, Magic, and Manifestation Throughout the Astrological Year. Available now everywhere books are sold. Thanks so much and see you tomorrow.